Oh.
Oh.
Thank you.
Hey,
Good night.
everybody.
What up,
What's
Buttercup?
up?
What's
All right, we are back with more coverage
We're going back.
of the Oscars.
Back to school again. Whoa. There you go. We're going to watch Grease 2 tonight. I got to go. Back to school. I can do a one-man show, Grease 2. You want to just scrap this show and we'll do that instead? If you really want to know what I want in a guy.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
unfortunately, you might actually chase people away if you do that. So
they'll get a laugh out of it.
Maybe.
It's all to put a smile on people's faces.
I know.
Ridicule me if you want. You're still
All right, so we are here to talk more Oscar coverage. Tonight we're talking period pieces.
Not that kind of period. Don't be gross.
I know what you're talking about. Shut up.
Yes, we're talking about the films that are set in kind of a set. The purpose of the plot of the film is to be set in a certain time frame, and these are the Oscar darlings. This is the Academy just lives, breathes, and dies all over this kind of shit. So we're gonna spend a little bit of time on these tonight.
And as he put in the, you need to basically cast your ballot on who do you actually think is going to win this. With all these.
If you're completely clueless and you're not informed and you're just kind of playing along just to have fun and just kind of play, always go for the period pieces first. If you just don't know any other films, you say, "Oh, that's set in Victoria, England." There you go, boom, awards, because it happens a lot. Any of the acting awards, any of the the big name awards, the Academy loves their fucking period pieces.
Yes, they do. Hi, Blaze.
What up? I need a Blaze song. I need a Blaze.
We're just getting started.
Come on and tell us, Johnny. What's the secret of success? You got to take it for the king of hip.
Okay, we're not talking Grease 2 tonight.
I'm trying to find a Blaze song so that when Blaze comes on, I can sing it. The whole world needs to be a musical. We would be a much better place.
I know you're trying to have fun before we get into the heaviness that is
that's the heavy schedule
that we're talking tonight.
This is a heavy rest of our time here, I think, for a while.
Yeah,
because we saved the deep shit for.
We saved the heavy stuff for last. That's basically what he's saying.
We've got a couple more shows.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have some fun shows in between not in between, afterwards, after we cover all the reviews. We're gonna have a couple shows one show about snubs and drama and shit like that, and then another show I believe they're gonna be separate about what our predictions are. And then don't forget, we will be streaming on Oscar Day. I can't say we're streaming the Oscars because we're really not.
We can't.
They will be on in both of our homes while we're watching the red carpet and watching the Oscars. It's going to be a 5-hour stream or whatever the hell it's going to be. It's just join us. You want to come in, come out, join the conversation. We're just going to cut a rug and have some fun.
We're just going to hang out, watch the Oscars. Unfortunately, we cannot stream the Oscars because we could get nailed for that. But
I mean, there's a way to do it, but we'll be here. You should. The Oscars on for everybody. Turn on your damn TV, watch with us.
Yeah, you just hang out with us because we're going to be talking to the television and all that stuff.
Yes, we are talking to the television and killing some dogs.
All right, so do we want to get started here?
Yeah.
All right. So the first movie that we're talking about tonight is The Tragedy of Macbeth.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks. Next movie. No, we're just going to talk about it. It's Coen Brothers. Okay, that's all you need to say with a movie like this.
Yeah.
It's a Coen Brothers film.
Brothers,
once you define it as a Coen Brothers film, it opens a lot of doors to discussion. You know exactly kind of what you're dealing with. Coen Brothers are a very Tarantino-esque. They're very, pretentious. What's his face? They did Titanic. Cameron-esque. They do films.
James Cameron.
Yeah, James Cameron. They do things to get awards, or they do things to get noticed in their technique and uniqueness and weirdness. And David Lynch was a big proponent of this back in the day. And I think this is all pretentious. I don't think it necessarily always serves the story. Like this, for example, the cinematography and the editing and the sound design, even a bit of the costume design. None of it served the story.
Mm-mm.
It was all kind of weird and surreal. I mean, it looked like a straight off the set of the original Frankenstein film.
I know.
The old 1940s, 1930s Universal Hollywood Pictures. As on location, on set. Because that's what it looks like. You know, those weird gray skies in the background and nothing further than the line eye, you know, than just the set around them. It was bizarre. And then it had this weird kind of catchiness to it where it was like everybody looked a little bit off human. Bizarre. Really bizarre. But it was Macbeth. It was Shakespeare's Macbeth, pure Shakespearean show. I don't remember Macbeth all that well as far as the actual page-by-page story. Mm-hmm. I don't think they changed much, if they changed anything. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
No, it didn't seem like they changed anything.
No, they might have, for the sake of time or whatever. But it was Macbeth done in a really weird kind of flashy kind of way.
Okay, now this movie is it's up for 3 Academy Awards. Mm-hmm. It's up for Best Actor for Denzel Washington, which
he plays Macbeth.
Yeah, he plays Macbeth. Mm-hmm. It's also nominated for cinematography,
which is a very traditional Coen Brothers thing,
and production design.
Yeah, very, very much so. Oh, speaking of that, we'll talk about something at the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are the 3 that it's been nominated for.
Can it win? Sure.
Mm-hmm. Will it
win? These period pieces can take any category, just any random category, just out of nowhere. You know, especially Shakespeare. Oh my God, the Academy voters just eat up Shakespeare. Eat up Denzel Washington doing Shakespeare, for Christ's sake. So he's not going to get the Oscar. This is not his year at all, or not his year again per se at all.
Yeah.
But he is going to be. He's an Oscar darling.
He is. Yeah.
He's a staple of the Oscars. Mm-hmm. Frances McDormand is an Oscar darling as well.
I know.
She's not even nominated, I don't believe.
No, she is not. But I did love her. I did love her performance. Just
it was raw. It was gritty. It was great. Lady Macbeth, and Macbeth is one of Shakespeare's big opuses. Is one of his big huge dramas. And what was weird about why are you having problems walking, Luca?
Oh, you're worrying about him too much. I keep telling you.
Keep talking. I want to see. You can't walk. Come on, go ahead.
Oh my goodness. I am not a huge follower of Macbeth myself, although I did enjoy the performances of Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand in this film. He was right in saying that this gave the big feeling of we're watching a movie based or set kind of like Young Frankenstein or Bride of Frankenstein. It was just all black and white, and it was your typical Macbeth. I don't think they changed anything. If you are just to go and see those 2 performances alone, I think it is definitely worth the watch.
So even there, you can sit in here.
But for me, it was a bit. I don't know.
It was very different.
It was a very different take.
No, that was very different.
Oh.
Never seen that before. He couldn't hold his weight up on his fucking legs.
Really? Oh, okay. Do we have anything else we want to add as far as Macbeth is concerned? Because it's just basically Macbeth.
No. Yeah. Macbeth. They're done weird.
It's basically Macbeth is what that is.
Yep.
Let's see. You want to go to Nightmare Alley now?
Yeah.
All right.
Nightmare Alley was. I didn't catch the year, or was it meant to be timeless? God, I don't know.
I didn't catch the year on that. Hold on, let me look.
Yeah, we need to look that up. Because it's definitely a period S piece. It's definitely set in the time frame to benefit the film. It's a very kind of 40s kind of gangster feeling kind of film. It may be future. I don't know. But it's a very period city.
Okay, it was directed by
Kenneth Branagh.
Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, Guillermo del Toro. Yeah. It's very similar to his fashion.
Right, and this was based in the Carnival circuit, which is
the Carnival.
Really liked.
It said year.
Does not say the year. Let me look.
It's the 40s.
No, it doesn't give us a year. I'm guessing with the costumes and everything, it has to be like the 40s.
That's what I would think.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's period. We'll add that information at some point, but you can look it up.
And it's a long one. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a cool film. It's a thriller, kind of suspense, kind of human nature kind of film where you're it's basically looking at your soul. It's kind of a divine film, looking at your own soul, coming to terms with your own life bullshit that you've experienced that was done to you, and how do you A, turn that around, or B, become the person that you've always hated. Is that kind of moral story to that. I'm not going to spoil it, but it has that kind of moral story, the flip flop, and to get for our protagonist to get to that point at the end of the film, which you figure out how he's streamlined all this whole film to get where he ends up. You go through this journey, which is this big suspenseful kind of carny type journey, where he basically learns to be a con man and a memory kind of game, where he's he has an assistant. They learn code. They say certain words, and certain words mean other things when they're trying to get, and they make money off of it, and they basically con people out of their money, steal from them, the whole 9 yards. But as he's learning and he's in the carnival circuit, that's really where the central plot comes from.
Right.
So it's a weird movie. It's a long movie, and it's done like in 3 acts. 3 very distinct acts. It can almost be like 3 movies, and they completely feel different from each other. They completely feel absolutely that they could be 3 separate sequels or whatever. And it's neat because it's like you go through the whole carny business in the beginning, then you go through him and his girl that get together. They're kind of transition in the middle, and then you get to the climax, the big suspense. Kate Blanchett is in this. She comes in the second and third act. For that climax, she becomes a big,
the lead character is played by Bradley Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's great. He's great in it.
We have Bradley Cooper, and we have Kate Blanchett, and Toni Collette is in this as well.
It was a weird role for her. It was very kind of simple and just kind of popped up here and there. But we found out later it became very prevalent. She needed to be there for different reasons. But
and the other character that I liked a lot was Willem Dafoe's character.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting that.
Willem Dafoe's had a hell of a year. Wait. He's had a hell of a year. It's a great year. So.
But all the characters were great in this movie. It didn't even feel like 2 hours and 30 minutes because it just
acting is phenomenal. Production design is phenomenal. The movie looks good. It flows well. It's like you sit there and say, well, it's a long movie. It doesn't drag. Let me tell you, the new Batman film dragged harder than this one. Nightmare Alley. This is a slow burn by far, but it's worth it. You're actually moving forward with the mystery, moving forward with the plot line, and then when it all comes down to at the very end, you figure out what the whole thing really was about. It's one of those instead of like, huh? It's one of those. Yeah. Oh. Yep. I called it. 30 minutes before it ended. I knew how it was going to lay down. I called it a little bit differently about how it was going to get there, but I called it to the end. I know. But I liked it. I really enjoyed this one. Did this film, huh?
I really enjoyed this one a lot. I actually want to watch it again.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
Now this one is up for 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture.
Yep.
Cinematography, costume design, and production design. So
I think production design is where this one's got a chance at if they're going to spread the Oscars out this year, because the production design of this one is really phenomenal. It's an entire realized world. See, now he's sporting his weight just fine. What is the matter? Were your feet just asleep because you were over there so long?
Oh my goodness!
Are you sure about your bedding here?
No, we highly recommend this movie. It's quite enjoyable.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. Bradley Cooper's amazing in this.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't even feel like a 2 hour and 30-minute movie because it flows so well.
It does slow down in the middle.
It does.
That activity, you're kind of like, okay, wait, where are we going with this? But then it quickly comes back around and you realize where you're going.
Yeah.
It's good. And it's really suspenseful at the end. It's really, it keeps.
But we're not going to tell you what happens at the end. You have to watch the movie to find out.
Luca, you want to lay down? Yeah. No. So yeah, which brings us to the other Bradley Cooper movie, right? No.
Yeah. Do you want to go there? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go there.
And yeah. So now we're going to transition to Licorice Pizza.
Yes. And we put this in the period pieces because this was what a period-esque of.
This was done in the 1970s.
Yeah, 70s. Because this is part of What's His Face's series. What's his name? Anderson.
Hold on. I'm trying to pull up everything.
No, the director, Paul Anderson.
Let's see, what is his name? I don't want to mess up his name. Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah, he did.
He also wrote this.
Yeah,
well.
He's almost famous. Hey, why'd you push him off there like that? Oh, God. All right. Okay. Yeah, so it's very much his style. Of all films that I saw this year that were defined by a particular filmmaker, this was the most categorized. That was his film.
Yeah.
I mean, when the film was on for 3 minutes, it felt like you were thrust right back in the world of Almost Famous. And it was like you never left it. If you've not seen Almost Famous, stop what you're doing right now. Turn my dumb ass off and go watch it. Almost Famous is one of the best movies that's ever been on the planet. It's just a good time. It's classic. It's iconic. It's not hugely famous as far as people don't think about that movie all the time. But I guarantee you've seen the movie poster, and I guarantee you know that movie poster. With the sunglasses. It's that movie is phenomenal. Anything he does is phenomenal, and it all feels in that genre world. And this one is no different. This one's amazing. Is no
different. The whole cast is all unknowns with the exception of a few people in the cast, because Sean Penn is in the cast, and Bradley Cooper is in the cast. Although Bradley Cooper has a very minimal role.
Yeah.
But his presence is definitely felt in this.
Well, what I loved about this movie was right from the jump. I mean, they wasted not even a second of time. It was like, stories unfolding.
Yep.
And there was no credits. There was no music. There was no build-up. There's no dramatic letting draw you into the movie. It's like, here we are.
Yep. They just drop you right in.
Happening. And you didn't feel out of place.
Nope.
You didn't feel like you were dropped in somewhere like, what the fuck is going on? You were right there with this dude following his story. And that's really what this guy's movies are all about. They're always about a slice of life just in someone's daily life story, something that we could all relate to if we were in, some crazy situations like these kids get into. It's all kind of summer coming of age type of feels his movies are. And I think this one was actually one of the better ones. That I don't remember all his movies right off the top of my head, but this
thoroughly enjoyed this one a lot.
Yeah, it was really good.
This is one of my favorites so far.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to say something about the plot, the actual story.
The plot is actually, it's like a coming of age story of a younger boy. I think he's like
someone punch you in the face.
I think he's like 15 years old.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, she's older.
And she's older. She's like 25. There's like a 10-year age difference because she used to babysit him and stuff like that. And, but he's had a crush on her forever and a day.
And that's what's neat about the beginning is like you drop right in it and it's like this dude is so tied up with her. Yeah. And yet you can't quite figure out just for the jump who she is because she keeps saying that you're so young. I'm like, well, then what the fuck are you doing in the school? And then all of a sudden you realize they're having picture day. And she's part of there as this crew, helping out with this picture stuff. But it's definitely a coming of age film.
Let's see.
It's good.
Let me look here. I had it.
The kid that plays the lead protagonist, he is just that's why you hire unknowns. You hire unknowns to fill those kind of roles because you feel and you believe his story. Not an actor portraying in a movie you like. Not a Tom Holland, even though Tom Holland's God. But, when I go see a Tom Holland movie, I see Tom Holland. But there's these unknowns that are just popping up like that. Number one, it gives a great unknown a chance at showcasing the talent.
The two lead characters, their names are as follows. There's Elena. She plays the older girl. And she's played by Elena Haim. And then Gary is played by Cooper Hoffman. Never heard of either one of them, but they did an amazing job. those were the two.
Yeah, this one will. If you're a really good Paul Anderson fan and you like to put those on as that kind of comfort movies, this one will fall right in.
I was actually surprised. This one was nominated for
Best Picture.
Yes, it only got 3 nominations. It got Best Picture, it got Directing for Paul Thomas Anderson, which
you might win,
and it got Writing Original Screenplay.
See, that might win too. I think we're going to talk about predictions, but I think the awards are going to be split up this year, and kind of everybody's going to get a little sprinkle. And if any sprinkle that he gets, I think he gets in the writing category.
Yeah, I would think so.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And I don't know. Did Almost Famous win any awards? I would say of his films, that would be the one that would really stand out.
I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm gonna have to look that one up. I'll throw that in with our next stream. So
I'll hold you to it.
Alrighty.
Just kidding. So then it brings us to well, there's another movie we decided to throw in really quick because nobody gives a damn, nobody cares, and it's not that anything against it. It's just it's a really stupid sequel, and the fact that it got nominated for like a song or some stupid shit or something.
No, it got 1 nomination for makeup and hairstyle.
There you go. It's Eddie Murphy's Coming to America 2.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it. I said I'm going to do 100%. I'll put it on at some point. I don't even remember if I've seen the first one. Nothing against Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's Eddie Murphy. It's just.
Yeah, I actually watched it. Mm-hmm. I was not impressed.
Yeah, I haven't seen
it. It was almost, for me, it was almost like teeth.
Wasn't it like straight to video or some shit because of COVID?
No, it was only done on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. So it's like a streaming movie sequel to a big blockbuster. That's almost like doing Lion King and Lion King 2 straight to video.
Yeah. And so it got nominated for makeup and hairstyle, and that was pretty much it.
So if you're a big Eddie Murphy fan, Eddie Murphy's probably going to be at the Oscars this year. Mm-hmm. Maybe not, because maybe not. It'll give you this makeup and hairstyles. Anyway, he's going to get a nomination. So he has a nomination. He has a nomination. So there you go. If you love your Coming to America series, and people do love that first one, so is what it is. Now we're going to talk about the heavy hitter, the one that we're spending.
Last but not least, we are now
the film that I personally now that we've seen almost everything, as far as all the big films in the big categories, we really are winding down. I think this film right here has the highest potential to sweep the Oscars this year.
Yes, this is the film that has the most nominations of all of them.
And it has the most chance, I think, to get in that, because the Oscars are different every year. Oscars, sometimes they spread everything out, and there's like little spatterings of 100 different films that get awarded, and then sometimes there's a sweep. When one film just gets on the train all night long, and this film has that written all over it.
What we're talking about is The Power of the Dog.
Based on the novel. I don't remember when the novel was written, but it's originally based on a novel. It is a Western of sort. It takes place in the Western style of movie. But it's really, I would define it as a human drama, a look at personality, a look at life, a look at judgment. Because it's really, it's an interesting take on humanity, because it's basically what it shows. And it's not a pleasant film by any means.
No.
Basically, what it shows is that everybody is innately flawed, extremely innately flawed. And that because everyone is innately flawed, we judge each other for our own bullshit projected onto other people. There's a lot of projection that goes on in this movie. There's a lot of, people looking down on other people, or people creating personalities of other people when they haven't got their own lives together, and what they're projecting on somebody else is completely wrong. The one thing I do, because I don't want to give away any of the plot, because this is a film that does have a big twist at the end. It does have a big turnaround. Yeah. And if you're really, really invested in these characters, because that's what this film wants you to be, is invested in these characters, because that's what it's all about. It's kind of like Marriage Story. I would think it's just all about the human condition, all about and so if you're really interested in seeing this film, number one, you're probably seeing the lead film that's gonna take the most awards. But number two, you're seeing a really good film about flawed people, innately flawed people.
Right.
However, I hated it. I hated this film.
Yeah.
And the reason why I hated it is I don't like to be played for it as a fool
It was
in movies when I'm watching. And I felt that that's what this film did. There was the twist at the end. I personally feel the twist had no merit and came out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. There was no build up to it. There was no little theme to be like, okay, wait, something feels off. No, it was just like we did the whole film, and then there was a new scene added on there, and it completely flipped the whole film around. And that was never built up. That was never talked about. There was never a thought of that happening. And I'm like, well, I don't like to be played by that because you didn't give me a chance to get to know that character that would go all the way forward and do the things that these characters do. You didn't give me a chance to know them because what you presented was not who you presented at the end. I don't like being played stupid like that. I don't know how the book was. I don't know what the book's twist ending was or whatnot.
Right, I haven't read the book either.
People love this film because it is. I think people love this film because of Benedict Cumberbatch gives the performance of his lifetime.
Well,
this is career defining for him.
There's mixed feelings on it. Some people love the film, but a lot of people say it's very uncomfortable to watch.
Well, it is uncomfortable. It's not meant to be enjoyable.
No.
Because so we'll talk about a little bit of the uncomfortableness of it. Basically, the personality traits are what you're dealing with in this film is homophobia and what's the against women? Against women. They basically women are mistreated in this world badly, kept down, and gays are absolutely this is the early life of social gay.
And it's mainly verbal abuse against women is what it is.
Yeah. There's not a lot of any type of physical abuse.
No, there's no.
What it is, and this is again why I don't like to be made stupid while I'm an intelligent film goer. I can figure things out myself. But what it really is it plays on that tense feeling. It plays on what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, don't. Yeah. That, and nothing ever happens.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that warranted that kind of stress. It gives you anxiety watching the whole thing. You're waiting for the beatings. You're waiting for something horrible to happen. You're waiting for Benedict Cumberbatch to go completely off the rail. And everything you're waiting for, and I don't mind this. Everything you're waiting for it transpires in different ways, and I don't mind that. It's just if you're going to twist your ending with a character intention to do something, that it needs to be built up somewhere. It needs to have some sort of at least a couple clues of linear process to get there.
Right.
That's what I didn't like about it. But I loved his performance. I loved what's her face's performance.
Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah, Kirsten Dunst. Even though I can't stand her normally. Kind of judgmental. I'm not a big Kirsten Dunst fan, and she was great in this. She was absolutely fantastic in this. The kid, whoever played that young kid, the gay kid.
This was nominated for 12 Academy Awards. It has the most Academy Awards, so it's obviously going to get something where you just.
It deserves one Best Picture. I think
it deserves what it's getting. It's nominated for Best Picture. It's nominated for Best Actor for Benedict Cumberbatch, and Best Supporting Actor for Jesse.
He does. That's the brother.
That's the brother.
That's the kid.
No, that's the brother.
Brother, yeah.
Yeah. And then we also have Supporting Actor for Cody Smith.
That's the kid.
That's the boy.
Yeah, that's the kid.
And then we have Supporting Actress for Kirsten Dunst.
Phenomenal.
And then we have Cinematography.
Yeah. Westerns, they love them, period pieces.
Costume. Yeah, directing. We have directing for Jane Campion.
Okay, let's talk about this for a second.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the Academy's really going to piss me off this year. If this sweeps, she's not getting shit.
I know.
She'll get shut out. And everybody a female director. And yet her film is going to take all these other fucking awards. It's bullshit.
She's the only female director
she won't win.
nominated in that category.
Yeah, she won't win. And her film might win. Her actors might win. Her cinematography might win. It's crazy. Injustice.
And let's see, what else did we get? It's nominated for film editing, music original song.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Production.
I don't remember the song, so.
Production design.
Yeah.
Sound.
Yeah.
And writing adapted screenplay. So
yeah, based on book. Yeah.
Yep.
It has it's nominated the right categories for sweeps. Nominating all the action categories, I believe. Nominating all the big five. See what happens. You know, if you're into these types of movies, do I recommend it? Absolutely. You know,
Yes.
This is going to be one that people are going to be talking about for a long time. This is going to be one of those controversial films that people will debate for a long time based on the character's actions and just based on the type of film that it is. This is a phenomenal feat for that female director who came out of the gates just swinging with this film.
Yeah.
And just, the love. You could tell certain projects have love poured into them. This project had love poured into it. It doesn't mean I had to like it necessarily. And you wouldn't like this film anyway because it's not fun to watch.
No.
But I love films that make me think. I love films that make me uncomfortable. I love all of that stuff because I think they're doing their job. I just don't like to be played for a fool.
Yeah. And this is Benedict Cumberbatch's supposed this is a big deal for him right now.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's career. Everyone's saying that this is career defining for him.
But he won't win, and that's what's so interesting. I think that of all the categories, I think the acting categories are pretty much locked.
Yeah,
that's sad.
I kind of have to agree with that.
I hate it when the films are the acting categories are locked like that. But they're at least the leads are really locked this year. However, Jessica Chastain won SAG award and not.
I know.
Not what's her face.
Not
I would
Nicole.
rather see Jessica Chastain win it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's for our prediction show.
Yep. Oh yeah, we'll be talking about that during our prediction show for sure.
Yeah. So
that's the end of it. Those are the ones we're covering right now. Unless there's anything that we want to add.
Wait, I'm gonna shut the store. I'm fucking freezing. We watch.
But yeah, these are the period pieces that we're talking about. That is our last one.
Next week, next show, which is sometime later this week, Wednesday or Thursday, is going to be deep.
Yeah, that one's going to be deep as well.
Because we're doing shows about mothers and children, and every single one of those films are kind of tough.
Yeah.
I think. As I misspeak.
Yeah.
But we're out of the animated films. We're out of any of the comedies and the fun films. We're in Oscar territory now. We're in deep shit.
Yeah.
So we are gonna try if they do it this year, which they've always done it. We're gonna do the documentaries. We're gonna do international films. We're gonna do the shorts. So have no fear there. We'll post where you can find them. If you want to see the shorts, because a lot of people have problems with it. I know they are doing the big theater thing for the shorts again this year for the first time in a couple of years, where they put all the shorts in the theater and you can go one afternoon and just watch all the shorts, all three categories of the shorts. So pretty interesting. But with streaming, they usually have them on one of the foreign channels as well, streaming. So we'll get there.
I will look for the link for that and make sure that it is posted so you guys can all take a look at those.
Next week, I believe it's next week. I thought the 12th, maybe. Spider-Man No Way Home comes out.
We will be. That's the mothers and children. That's our mothers and children. The next one we're doing.
Yeah. No, I think Spider-Man No Way Home digital comes out.
Yeah, we know how you feel about Spider-Man.
Well, unless you know what you're doing, you might already be watching the digital copy.
Oh, all right. Thank you guys for being here. We truly appreciate it, and we will be back.
Check me out, Tom Holland's God. Y'all want to see some funny fucking shit? Look up Tom Holland eating the hot wings. Oh, that had made my whole day. Funny shit.
Okay, so we will see you sometime next week, either Wednesday or Thursday. We haven't really decided as of
puppy
yet.
Love.
Oh, there's some puppy love for you.
Say bye.
Say bye. All right, we will see you guys next week.
Grumpy ass.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Go!